This is from Dawg Pound Daily. 3 free agents the Browns should sign to boost their Super Bowl odds. Linebacker T.J. Edwards, last year's leading tackler on the NFC champion Eagles. Daron Payne, defensive tackle, would instantly shore up Cleveland's defensive line while forming one of the NFL's most formidable pass rush duels with Myles Garrett. And Mecole Hardman, we've talked about him. Chiefs likely to move on from the speedy former second-round pick. When you look at those, and we'll talk a little bit more about Payne early on, I guess Edwards would make sense. You want guys that Jim Schwartz fits what he's going to ask them to do.
Well, the issue with T.J. Edwards is going to command money. The Cleveland Browns don't necessarily pay their linebackers money. Anthony Walker didn't make much money last year. Obviously, the veterans you brought in late in the season, they were not making much money. Phillips on his rookie deal. Taki was still on his rookie deal. J.O.K. still on his rookie deal. Everybody wants to talk about how the big needs are at the defensive line and whether or not there's going to be a big hole opening up at free safety. Where is this money coming from? T.J. Edwards is probably going to command $7 million, $8 million. And this regime, through and being consistent in 3 years now, they have not paid a linebacker to this point. It started, Joe Schobert was going into free agency as this regime was in its infancy. Joe Schobert had been essentially done wrong by the previous regime and was promised that his contract extension would get done. That never came to pass. The new regime told Joe, we just don't see it. We just don't value linebacker monetarily that high. So he ended on better terms with the new regime that he essentially never played for. But in 3 years, this team has not showed any commitment to paying money, big money to the linebacker position because, and look, it could be a little bit different this year. As we know, Joe Woods had a fondness to trying to get to nickel and dime as quickly as possible. But I don't think that, as far as free agency and big money, that's something they're going to commit to any linebacker. And if they do at some point in time, it will hopefully be to one of their own.
Yeah, and you can say the same thing about defensive tackle as well, Daron Payne.